Oh, right, what is going on, guys? Whoop, my name is Actually Please. Welcome back to another video, and today is going to be a long one, I think, because I'm doing another collection update. By the way, I'm trying a new camera thing. I actually have a mirror looking at my screen this time, so I can actually see if I'm in frame or not, so that's good. I mean, look, 60 FPS HD full camera quality. But yeah, so I got another collection update for you guys, because I know it's been a while. Well, I think it's been a while anyway. I can't really remember at the time of recording this, but I've gotten a few more blasters, guns since then. So, I mean, I got a bunch on the floor over here, so I'll just pick them up, fire a couple of shots, and then go from there, I guess. So yeah, I think just to get them out of the way, I'm going to start with the flywheelers that I have, which are like electric, and I think I've only got about 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5, so I guess let's just start with the biggest one, which is this fucking thing that you can't see because the camera's too high. This is very fucking large. I'm going to take the tripod off this. So this is my X-Shot Insanity Motorized Rage Fire. So it's a minigun. Trigger in the back, so you push it in to rev the wheels, pull it down to fire. It's also got a different fire mode. There we go. So I really need to reconsider the space back here. So it's also got a fucking long ass chain, which is a bit of a pain in the ass to put in and feed, but you know. Also came with a tripod, which is fucking massive. Well, not massive, but you know, it's a tripod. I mean, I've got a little tripod from my phone, but there you go. It's the tripod. Pull it out. Pull the legs out. And you plonk it down, which you can't see because it's too small. And then there's a pin on the left side. Twist that, pull it out. You put the thing on top of the thing, you put the pin back in the thing, and then it's a minigun. Or it's a stationary. So, move the tripod. So, I'm just going to rattle a couple of shots off behind the camera, because I'm really going to need to move these. Hold on a sec. There we go. So, I'm just going to rattle a couple of shots off over the camera, because there's not much, I'm not really working with much in terms of space here, so, you know, as you do. Okay, and I've got to put all those back in, which is going to be fun. So, you heard that. You saw how quick they were going past frame. You know, it's a minigun. Just grab it out. So it's a minigun. You know, it fires decently fast. Oh God, I wish I had that catch. Jesus Christ. Okay, so there we go. I put some back up. Just reload this. Give me a second. It does take a while to even reload a couple of darts into a chain. For some fucking reason. So there you go. Motorized Rage Fire from the X-Shine 70 line. Now, I can't remember how much I paid for this. Quite frankly, I don't think I want to. But, you know. Yeah, it's just a cool little thing, you know. It does take, I think it's 6 AA's? Yeah. 6 AA batteries. So if you're planning on running this in a war, like an actual Nerf, like foam war, you're going to be buying a lot of batteries, but you know, it's cool. It's a minigun, it's a stationary, it's just really cool. So I'm just going to go put this back quick, because it does actually have its own spot in my bedroom, because it is so damn big. So, next up, gonna go on this side of the room, and I've got 2 Ultra Blasters here, both flywheelers. I do also have a couple of springers as well. Just fix the mirror. There we go. So I do actually have a couple of these. So is the Ultra Focus. I don't know if you can see that, because I surely can't. 10 round magazine. Came with Ultra AccuStrikes, which are a lot better than the regular Ultra darts, which are black body with an orange head. And it's got a removable stock as well, so just plug that on there. This thing also runs on like 6 AA's, so it's not really great. More of a carbine kind of thing, so it's small, nice little foregrip. And as you probably didn't hear, or might have, those AccuStrike Ultra darts fucking slap. And I just really like that. It's kind of cool. This thing, the Ultra ones do fire quite a bit faster than like the other Nerf stuff, like Stock Elite and all that shit. So that's kind of a pro in there. This mirror is being a pain in the ass. I do apologise, folks. I've not quite got this thing figured out. There we go. There we go, that's better. So, yeah. Comes with a 10 round magazine. The mag release is in the trigger area. For me, I can't really flick it at the same time. I've kind of got to like pull it up and properly use my thumb to push it in. But that's just a general problem for me. I'm pretty sure I have like chubbier hands than most people. Built-in foregrip, built-in scope. Well, kind of a scope. It's more of a fake red dot kind of thing. Jam door in the top so that you can get in and clear out a jam if you need to. Tactical rail on the top for a scope. No barrel attachment because it's an Ultra Blaster and the Ultra darts are bigger than regular Nerf darts. So that's the Ultra Focus. I've also got, this was a more recent one, the Ultra Strike. So, oh, also the stock on both of these actually can hold a magazine in there. I'll just get this one out to show you. So there you go, holds a magazine in the stock. Pull it, pop out, shove it back in. So this one has a bit of a joke of a flip up sight on the top. I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it does flip down. This also takes 6 AA batteries. Generally, if something's more high power, it either takes 6 AA's or like a weird amount of C's. Because I've got one that takes like 4 C batteries for some reason. So this one is more of a traditional kind of rifle. Barrel up front, 2 attack rails. You've also got the jam door on the top as well, if you need to get a jam in there. Rev trigger down the bottom. Don't know if you can. There we go, regular trigger. Personally, I think this is a better mag release because it conforms around your finger more, which I do like. Also comes with a 10 round Ultra mag with the Ultra Aki Strike. So you plug it in, you let it rev up, and she slaps. So, yeah, I mean, I like the Ultra Strike. It's more of a comfortable thing than I think the Focus. It's got a pretty small foregrip up the front, but then it's also got a rail for a proper foregrip for some reason. But yeah, this has got more of like an actual kind of assault look to it. It's all one, well, pretty much all one piece, and it's just a solid unit. Works well. It fires just as hard as basically anything else that runs on 6 AA's, and I just think it's kind of cool. One thing, it's all plain on that side, and then the side that it comes out in the box is all decorated. It's the same for the Ultra Focus actually. See that it's clear, just blank on one side, and then, oh look at that, all the budget. All the budget on the blaster spent on one side of paint. So that's all I've got for Ultra. So just put these back quick. God, I need to work on the spacing in here. The next one is rather ridiculous. The Elite 2.0 Double Punch. So runs off 6 AA's. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, Zach, that thing's ridiculous. I mean, why would you want that? It's also got 2 10 round magazines. This shoots just your regular Elite darts. It's got holes in the top of the shell for 10 darts, which ironically is the mag, so I don't know why you wouldn't just have a mag. Stock is a little short. It's not really great. It's more of a... It's the half length of my arm, if you can see that. Very short. Jam door on the side, which I haven't had to use, thankfully. But, you know, it's there, just in case you need it. This jam door is micro switched, so it won't rev up if the door's open. If it rev triggered, does nothing. There we go. So I said I was going to do like single shots out of this, but out of all of them, but I think I might as well just do a double mag dump, because this has a binary trigger. So you pull the trigger back, it fires one, you let it go, it fires another. So I'm just going to do a fucking mag dump real quick. Oh my god. Okay. And there you go. 2 10-round mags. Blown in, what, few seconds? Also, it does have 2 separate mag releases, but you can just strike both fairly easily with your finger. Or you can kind of double up if you want. I'm gonna have to clean this up before I fire anymore. So, I mean, this thing is insane. You know, if you like mag dumping and shit, then this is kind of the one for you. Because it just lets you just dump a bunch of darts down range. Speaking of darts, I just gotta grab all these quick. Grab all these. There we go. So I'll just reload these real quick because I like having my mags full because I'm a simple human being. But you know, it's cool if you don't like that kind of thing. If you want to take it slow, then you can. It does take like a little bit of dexterity to get like decent shots off, because it's a double stage. It's a no, it's not a double stage. It's a binary. So if you want to just shoot a single shot, then don't let go of the trigger, because it will fire another one. So yeah, that is the Elite 2.0 Double Punch. And now for the final flywheeler that I have. It is the original Nerf Elite Rapid Strike CS18, so it comes with 18 round stick mag, which I have a crummy dart in for some reason. So this thing is the one that takes the C batteries. It's got a little tray in the front, you can see the screws. So it's got a little tray in the front, but this, unlike all the other ones, except for the minigun, is full automatic. So, you know, you pull the trigger and it just fires the darts instead of having to manually pull the trigger to fire all of them. It's got a red top tack rail on the top, another one on there, one on each side, so it's got that on the other side, and there's also one on the bottom for a foregrip, which just feels, to me it feels a lot better than like holding the whole thing. Although that is a bit better because then it's like more of an aiming thing. But I just prefer the foregrip on there, so I'm just gonna put it back on. So, also has an adjustable stock, so you press that little grey button and it goes in. It's not a multi-stage thing, so it only has fully out or fully in, but it is a bloody solid lock, I'll tell you. You can't really push this and overwhelm it to make it go back in. It doesn't do that. It's also got a access door, so if you need to get your finger in, clear a jam out, shut it. And I'm kind of hoping that this actually does do all of the darts, because sometimes it doesn't. But oh, my batteries might be a little low. I don't know if you can hear how quiet that is. I think my batteries might be low, but here we go. And yeah, that's a problem. So yeah, I don't know if it's a consistent thing with all rapid strikes, but for some reason, like mid shot, it'll just stop firing darts for some reason, and it's kind of unknown to me why. But you know, it's got a solid trigger feel. I'm just gonna go grab them darts real quick. It does fire like decently far, but as you saw, the fire rate is a little bit abysmal. Again, I don't know if that's because my batteries are low or something, but you know, it's just, I can tell that it's not like a updated one or anything, because well, it uses C batteries, which for some reason Nerf are obsessed with, and actually they kind of still are, because there's one, I think there's two that use D batteries, and it's like the Hyperfire and the Rhino Fire. I think the Hyperfire uses 4 D batteries and the Rhino Fire uses 6, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, that's a lot of weight, but the Rhino Fire does have a tripod, like a little tripod in it, so I don't think that'd be completely over the top. I mean, I'm intending on getting that, don't get me wrong, because it looks amazing. But, you know, and so I just got a random foregrip. That's what it looks like with a foregrip. That's what it looks like without a foregrip. I'm going to keep the foregrip on, because I like the feel of being able to actually, like, properly, there we go, just like being able to properly control everything. So that is the last of my flywheel blasters, which is not many in comparison to how many springers I have, which is a lot. So I think I'm gonna go through the springers in like individual. Oh no, there is one more. Sorry, I forgot about the strife. Classic Elite Blaster. Comes with a 6-round mag, 4 AA batteries. As you can see, probably the text. This is the Modulus re-release, so it comes with a little barrel and stuff. Fully automatic, not fully, semi-automatic, so you rev it up and it fires it up. It does have like a properly good little pusher, if you can see that. I don't think you can, but it's got a nice like mechanical trigger feel, so it really does feel like you are just pushing the dart into the flywheels, because that is basically what you're doing. But you know, it's a little sidearm, you know, take the barrel off, it's a small little thing, it'll fit in a holster, revs up pretty quick, fires elite standard pace, and it's also got a tack rail on the top, stock attachment point, and a barrel lug to put barrels on. So this is actually where the foregrip came from for the rapid strike. For my rapid strike. So I took it off this because one, it doesn't hold very well. I can tell this thing wasn't actually meant to have a foregrip on it. Come on. Come on, there you go. So that's what it looks like with the foregrip. I personally think that looks ridiculous because with the batteries over like the trigger mechanism, it doesn't really make sense to... Shit. Half loaded of dirt. It doesn't really make sense to put a foregrip on something this small. Especially when it's been like designed to have like perfect weight balance over the grip. I think a foregrip is kind of just pointless. It's more... I think a foregrip is more for something that feels unbalanced out of the box or something along that line. So it just gives you something else to grab onto. There we go. So now that is genuinely it for the electric ones. I'm not seeing any more that I've forgotten. No? Okay, so that's cool. So I think we'll just go through like the series that I've got and kind of bring them out from there. So I've got a couple of video game waves. So I think I'm going to go from like the smallest set to the largest, which is only like 3 at the biggest. So start off, I guess, with this this thing. This is the X-Shot. I believe it's the Dread. I think it's the Dread. Yeah, because the Manic's the smaller one. I think this is... I'm pretty sure this is the X-Shot Dread. I can't remember. It's been a while since I bought this. But it's... So it's a Springer. So prime at the top. Fires a nut. But it's got a flipping system. So it's got 6 shots in the top drum, top cylinder. And then pull this orange trigger down here. If you can see that, there we go. And it kind of loosens it for you to flip. I remember this thing being fairly cheap, and it's also got like a Sonic paint job on it, which I do really like. Really enjoy. Solid grip feel. It's more of a pistol. So it's not really a full primary, there's not really anything else to grip on. It's more of a one-handed kind of thing. So, but it's got Sonic detailing all over it. It shoots harder than regular Nerf, because it's not regular Nerf, it's X-Shot. And that's the smallest, that's the whole Sonic set. I think they only actually did the one, so that's interesting at least. So the next set is going to be cringe, because Heidi ho, it's the Nerf Fortnite set. So I've only got 2. I've got the Fortnite HR, the hunting rifle, and the 6SH, which is a 6-shot hammer action pistol. So I'll just fire one of these off, I guess. Just so at the back, pull it down, fire. Fires pretty hard. I do have Zero darts in here, so it does fire those a little bit harder. So the barrel comes off in the box, but when you put it in, it's not supposed to come out again for some reason. So, is this primed? Oh, it is. Okay, so I'll just get the shot out of the way. This is the HR. There you go. So, this front piece is a barrel attachment. I don't know why you'd want to put that on anything else, but it has got a barrel lug on the front, so you can technically put whatever barrel you want on it. Where's that dart? There it is. So it's got a little jam door in the top, so you need to get your finger in there. So this is a bolt action, like a proper bolt action system. So you flip the bolt up, you pull it back. Came with a 6-round mag and these white darts for some reason. Don't know why, because I'm pretty sure they're also the Modulus darts. But comes with a 6-round mag, but you can put other magazines in there. So you put the mag in. Failed to put the mag in. You put the mag in. You pull the bolt forward, flick it down, and it fires. So there's not really a way to like have it deprimed once you shove a mag in, but I figured out that this mag can actually hold 7. So you just take a miscellaneous dart, load it, shoot that 7th dart, and then it's deprimed. If it's primed, if you've already pulled the bolt back and it's jammed, there is a little jam button in there. Unfortunately, you do need like a pencil or something to hit it, and it just allows you to pull the bolt back and like get the jam out if you need to. So you see, so that's no longer primed, which is good because you don't want to leave your Nerf guns primed, because you can weaken the spring over time. Obviously, I think with a couple of these, you haven't really got much choice, but it's just something that you've got to kind of get used to. So that is all of my Fortnite bastards. And then the largest kind of game wave that I have is my Nerf Minecraft wave. So I've got the Heart Stealer, which is a foam sword that shoots darts. Well, shoots a dart. I don't know why you'd want this, but I bought it because I'm a moron and I like stupid stuff. We've also got the Stormlander, which is a foam hammer that has 3 shots, 1 shot at a time. It's also got dart storage in the bottom, and it's a pull thing. The primer falls back because it's spring loaded, and then you just hit the trigger, you fire, and you can fire 3 shots before you have to reload. And then this one is, I think, actually the largest of them. The Pillager's Crossbow. So you pull the thing back, it's got 3 shots. Now the grip on this thing, unlike the other 2, is a normal grip. But it's Minecraft, so it's square. Which means you try and like get your grip up, your hand is actually scraping against the bottom of the shell, which is exceedingly uncomfortable. But it's a silly thing. I think all of these were fairly cheap, so it was kind of just more to get the collection up, I guess. But yeah, so that's my Nerf Minecraft set. So there are a couple of other like sub categories that I just want to get through real quick, because they're not really worth mentioning in any particular way, and that is the, for some reason, shit ton of single shots that I own. For some reason I have 8 single shots here, so, and they're all fairly similar, but I guess we'll just go through them anyway. So this is the X-Shot Insanity Manic, I believe. Been a while, so pull at the back, pull the trigger, fires it up. Fires it pretty hard actually, which cool. And then we got the littler single shot. Pull the thing back, fires it up, and as you probably heard, it does pop quite nicely, so that's cool. We got the X-Shot Micro, which is probably even smaller. Pull that back. That fires really goddamn hard, which is cool. We've also got the Elite 2.0 Ace. So, pull the bottom, press the trigger, fires a dart. This is like Nerf standard, so it's not really shooting very hard. And then the cheaper derivation, the Alpha Strike Stinger. So it's the same thing, just in a cheaper shell. The Ace and the Stinger are the only two that are like properly clipped together, which is really annoying. We got the Nerf Elite Reflex, so this is pull back, that's the plunger tube. As you can imagine, it shoots pretty weak. This one's fairly old, I believe. Yeah, 2011. So this thing's fairly old. It might need a new O-ring or something. But the best thing about back then, there is a shit ton of screws in this thing. So you can really just take it apart and kind of roll with it. And this one, the original orange Elite Fire Strike. Pull back. You shoot. Got 2 dart holders in the bottom, fairly loose. And it did also have a very weak red dot in there. I took that out because I didn't really use it. It also had a little trigger in there to activate that, but I took that out as well because I mod, I guess. And this is basically what every Nerf blaster evolved from. Le Jolt. So, pull from the bottom, you squeeze the trigger and it fires. For some reason, the Jolt, which is I think the oldest in my collection, like in terms of age, I think this is actually the oldest, fires arguably the hardest for like, couldn't do that again, regular Elite. Oh god, that trigger is a... that trigger is wiggly, but you know, it's a single shot. You pull it at the bottom, you fire, you get it. So yeah, that's all of my single shots. Just gonna get this one out of the way as well. This is the Elite 2.0 Trio, so it's 3-shot version of the Jolt, which you've just seen. This is a part of the Elite 2.0 range, which isn't particularly liked by Nerfers because they cheapened a lot with this kind of thing. Mostly clipped together. You know, very few screws. The modability isn't really there, which I think for a lot of people is quite annoying. Especially to the people that actually like enjoy modding Nerf guns, because there is like a whole community of people that just modify Nerf guns because they can. And it's a crazy thing, but you know, we like our toys how we like our toys, so, and if we can make them how we want them to be, shit, then we will. So moving on to, I guess, Elite 2.0, considering that was the last one I showed. So this is the Elite 2.0 Prospect. It's a 4-shot, prime at the back. It's a Jolt. It's a 4-shot Jolt. It's a 4-shot Jolt. But it does have 4 shots at the front. It is very skinny, so if you like, if you're in a pistol war, you might not want to use this, but it's here. It's an option. So the next one up from that is the Elite 2.0 Ranger, which is a pump action 5-shot, and I think this is the first one with actual slam fire, which is interesting. So you hold down the trigger, pull it back, it fires when it hits the front. Doesn't have a barrel attachment on the front because of the whole 5-dart thing. It does have a tacked rail on the top and a stock point if you want to make this thing more of a primary. This thing is just to me more of a collection filler, because I like seeing a lot of things in one place. That's why I have so many action figures and shit. So yeah, but you know, this thing was cheap. I liked it. I liked the look of it, so I picked it up. Next one, which is the one I had to move out of the way, is the Elite 2.0 Commander. So this is a 6-shot like revolving thing. It's got tactical rail here at the top, barrel up front, stock on the back, primes at the top. Fires fairly well for Elite 2.0. It's fairly... Elite 2.0 is definitely consistency in terms of like firepower, which is a problem when you get to the bigger stuff. Like we're about to here with the Elite 2.0 Flip Series Flip 8. So pull at the bottom, you fire a shot, you fire all 4, you pull the scope looking thing back, you flip to the other 4, and then you got to refill. So for what this thing is, excuse me, it is ridiculous. You don't need this, but you know, if you like having weird stuff, then go ahead with this. It's a lot of money for like 8 shots. You can definitely get a lot more for less, but it's a cool idea. The rotation works fairly well. I haven't had any issues of it like locking like that or anything. So, you know, it's just a simple little 8 shot, fairly inconspicuous looking thing. Next up, the Elite 2.0 Eagle Point, which is technically a bolt action. So you're fully ambidextrous, both sides. It's got a rail on the top, barrel up front, rail on the bottom, 8 shots. So it fires fairly well. It's a lot quieter for a Springer than the other Elite 2.0 stuff. And also, the bolt handles unscrew. So if you just want the one on the left, if you're right-handed, pull on the left. If you're left-handed, you can just have the right one in. I keep both in because, you know, I just like having it like semi-complete. So yeah, that's the Eagle Point. And then I think this is the last Elite 2.0 I've got. Yeah, it is the Shockwave, which is a foregrip prime drum fed blaster. This thing looks like it would have slam fire, but it doesn't. It's got a stock point, 2 rails, and a stock point. That's a barrel point. I don't know why I said that was a stock point. But, you know, you pull the foregrip, spins the drum, you shoot a dart, and it shoots it fairly decently. So, oh, it's also got another tack rail on the bottom, just noticed. Don't know why you'd want anything down there, because it's already got a foregrip and stuff. So this is definitely something that you shoot like from the side or something, because it does look a bit weird when you kind of aim down the tack rails, because you're holding two-handed. The balancing on this thing is a little bit off, but that's why the foregrip's there. It also, I personally think like a pump grip, like a cup grip pump grip is a lot better than an actual foregrip pump. But that's just a personal thing. I prefer the feel of like a shotgun pump instead of a whatever this thing is. But it's nice, grip feels good, it's comfortable, it's chunky, fits really well. And yeah, that is the last. Oh no, there is one more. Oh god, there is one more. So this thing is fucking ridiculous. This thing is almost entirely unnecessary, but I just love it for how stupid it is. This is the Flip Shots Flip 32, which is 16 shots up front. You pull the little orange lever down, you pull the grip back, it flips. And guess what? Why I love this thing? It's a fucking lever action. It's a Nerf lever action. And it also has a 2-stage trigger so that you can fire off both shots if you want in one go, or do what I just did and kind of space out the trigger shot. This thing is entirely ridiculous. It's huge, it is heavy as hell, and it also has a rail on the top, just in case you wanted to put a scope on it. Stock's huge, the foregrip definitely necessary to be an actual foregrip and not a pump, because all of the weight in this thing is genuinely on the front. Like, that's balanced perfectly. It's ridiculous. I love it. It was, when it first came out, it was insanely expensive. I'm glad that I got this for, I think, like 30% off or something. It's a lot cheaper. In fact, this thing's actually one of two that I have to prop up with something, like a bag of stuff, like a bag of old stuff. Because you try and lay this thing down flat, that's not going to lay down flat. So there is another one like that, which I'm going to show a bit later. But yeah, you like stupid, you like shotgun, but you like flippy stuff, leather, you buy this. Because it's stupid, it's fun, it's stupid fun. And this is why I collect Nerf, because this is just unnecessary. It's fun as hell though, and I love it. So that is the Flip 32. Jesus Christ. So, what else we got here? Oh yeah. I do apologise for the creaky floor, but this is not the best environment to record in. And also the floor plan of my Nerf is just terrible. Oh, what time are we on? Jesus Christ, this is going to be a long one. So, next up, X-Shot. 6-shot, I cannot remember the name of this thing to save my life. Did I keep the box? No, I did not. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the Reflex 6, I think. So it's got a turret up front, fires fairly well. The turret up front is free spinning, so that you can easily reload everything. Trigger feel, nice and snappy, very solid. For some reason, a transparent, like clear priming grip. So yeah, fairly weird little thing. But because it's a X-Shot blaster, taking it apart is a piece of piss. Take out the dart posts, you can shoot half-length darts no problem. In fact, I've done that to a majority of these, if not all of them. Like all of the ones I can get into and clip the dart posts out of, I have done, because half-length darts are way better than full lengths. So that's the Reflex 6. Now the next one I've got is like the Sonic one from earlier, but it's the official Nerf version. This is the Zombie Strike Flip Fury. So you pull at the top, you fire 6 shots, you pull on the trigger there, they flip, as it is called the Flip Fury. They both spin, they spin fairly freely, even when they're the top one, they spin very freely. The flip mechanism, very solid. The grip is nice, it's full, and it's also got like a cover on the bottom kind of thing. Tack rail on the top, sling point on the top and the bottom of the grip. I genuinely love the feel of this thing. This thing feels amazing. You can tell that it's official Hasbro because it just feels really good. And Zombie Strike was also like the last wave, I think, of like proper Nerf stuff that you could actually take apart and like modify. So I think this was fairly close to before they cheaped out with like plastic springs for the triggers and all that kind of thing. So yeah, that is the Zombie Strike Flip Fury. So going into, I wish I could say near to the end now, but not really. We got a really old one here. The barrel brake. The Elite barrel brake. Shotgun. Double stage trigger. To reload, you flick the lever, which is on both sides. Pull the barrel out. Push it down. That's primed the springs. And then you take your darts. You shove them in. Flip it up, you push, and then you fire. This is legit, a actually decent feeling shotgun. There you go. But the problem is, the rate of fire is slow, really slow, and because of the way the breech system works, it does not fire very hard at all. Like I've seen single shot breaches. Like I've seen proper turret shotguns that fire better than this, but it is old, so I'll give it some credit. Where's the date on this thing? 2009. So like I think this was part of the Toys R Us exclusive retools. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure I'll fact check that, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But this thing is cool. It's actually a decent shotgun. Just sucks that the fire rate of it is slow. So that's the barrel brake. So, we've only got a couple left now. When I say a couple, there's actually fairly few. So, we're moving back to Ultra. But, springers. So, this is the Ultra 4. You pull back, you shove a dart in the front, and you can see that, you fire. And this sumbitch fires hard. Oop. I don't have a chronograph to like check the actual fire rate of this thing, but it's amazing. You know, the grip, I'm just gonna go back to the grip on this thing isn't the best. Your fingers kind of have to stretch around to get a decent grip on it, but overall, it's a comfortable little thing. It's got a tactical rail on the top, it's got a sling on the bottom, which you can, and assuming that you're allowed to use Ultra in your Nerf war, this thing is an insane little pistol. Well, it's not even really little, but you know, it's an insane, small for Ultra, little thing. Fires hard, fires great. That's the Ultra 4. So, the Ultra 5 as well. This is another one of those ones. Yeah. So, like all the other Ultra Blasters, this thing fires hard. It's got a weird kind of knuckle thing, which I've heard a lot of people complain about. I don't see what the problem is with this thing. It's comfortable. It's a pullback. It's got an internal magazine that you press the dart through the top. You push it in. It goes in. You pull it forward. It fires. One weird thing about Ultra. The Ultra 4, okay, comes with 4 darts, which makes sense. The Ultra 5 has 4 as well. Now, I can't imagine that it would have made the shell any more weird than it is to put a 5th shot in there so that the name actually makes sense, but I'm not going to complain about that because I don't work at Hasbro. So, but yeah, the grip on this thing is actually exactly the same as the Ultra 4, which is comfortable, trigger feels solid. Fires fucking hard. Reloads fairly easily. The first 3 darts go in fairly well. The 4th one is a little bit difficult because this is another one of them that you can't reload and not prime, which I do find very annoying, but because you don't want to leave it primed because it'll weaken the spring. And I'm not quite prepared to try and modify the spring in this thing because I've never taken apart an Ultra Blaster before and it looks fairly complicated from what I've seen. So, I don't know. I might mod it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, hey. Got a couple more good Nerf guns out of Ultra. I'm probably going to get more Ultra. Mostly because I've actually found like a decent avenue for bulk lots of batteries fairly cheap. So, I don't know, you might see some more flywheel, just Nerf guns in general on this channel, seeing as I can find some batteries cheap, because running flywheelers is not cheap. Unless you get rechargeable batteries, but they don't last as long. I guess, I don't know. But I'll figure that out when I get to it. But either way, those are my 2 Ultra Springers. So I'm just going to put these all back now. Unfortunately, my placement of these things does suck. So I'm going to get this next one, out of the way so that I don't have to reach over and grab it again. So that I don't have to reach over everything to grab it. This hulking beast is the Nerf Doomlands 2069. Yeah, nice. The Judge. Or I should call it, no, it's just called The Judge. This is a 3 dart, 10 shot shotgun. So, you pull the pump grip, you pull it back, it fires 3 darts in one go. I am not gonna empty this cylinder, because believe me, this thing takes for fucking ever to reload, because it's 30 shots, all in one, I guess, slot. I did I did convert this thing to do short darts, but I didn't do a great job of protecting the shell on this thing, so I have had to use tape to hold the shell on. The the outer piece on, which I'm not happy about, but I just couldn't do any of it. So you can see there's a few little bits of shell damage, which I'm not proud of, but this thing should be insane firing short darts, because this thing shoots 3 darts, 3 full lengths, very far. Very far. In fact, it's so big, if I hold it at normal height, you cannot see my face. But I remember this thing coming in the post, and call me a liar all you want, I did not expect this thing to be this big. Like, it almost fills the screen. Oh, and just in case, there's an attack rail on the front. Attack rail on the front. But it's my preferred kind of thing, because it's a pump action, proper pump grip. I'm not going to do that again because I have to shoot it after that. Trigger feels solid, grip feels nice. All of the weight is obviously at the front, so the back feels a little bit empty, but it's ridiculous, and I love it. If you can't tell already, I love ridiculous when it comes to Nerf. Because when they go ridiculous, they go all out, and I love it. So that is the judge. So we've only got 5 left, which I'm impressed by. So when I was talking about the Flip 32. I said that I had to kind of leverage it with something, and so did it. Yeah, I gotta leverage that one to put it on the floor flat. I am considering trying to find like a wall rack for all of this, because I like having floor space, but I like having these more. So, yeah. But anyway, moving on from that, this is my this is the second, actually. This is my first elite, like, regular dart, going after, I don't know, the best part of a decade. I used to have Nerf when I was younger, but it wasn't really anything. It was they were kind of just there, I think. But this is the Rough Cut 2x4, which is a shotgun. I'm gonna. I love shotguns. If you can't tell, I love shotguns. So, as I said, this thing was my first, like, regular Nerf blaster, Nerf gun. I flip-flop back and forth between blaster and gun, I just noticed. But this was my second one that I got that kind of kicked off this whole hobby. I remember this thing being quite cheap, and this was smaller than I expected when it came in, but I'm happy that it's a smaller size, because as you can see, as you saw, they can get fairly big. And also, as you heard probably, this has a 2-stage trigger as well, just like the Flip 32. So you can half pull to shoot one and then finish to shoot the other, or you can just shoot both. It's got a rail on the top, sight. I just love how this thing feels. It's a perfect little thing. It's just the cute little shotgun that I love so much. So yeah, that's my Elite Rough Cut 2x4. So I'm going to save the first one that I got for last. So we're going to get into kind of higher shot category now. So this is the Nerf rival. I cannot remember the name of this thing. Oh god. I think this is the Vision? Something? Oh shit. Oh shit. I'll pin a comment. I'll pin something in the comments that'll have the names of the ones I forgot. It's been a while since I've actually like bought these, so some of the names do blur. But I'll have the names timestamped in a pinned comment if you were curious. But so this is a rival blaster. So let me just. Okay, I've gotta fire it. So it's a pullback. So it's a Springer, pull back, push forward, and it shoots hard. This is an 8-shot internal mag, and let me just go get that because this is important. This shoots balls, shoots little balls, and it also shoots them very fucking hard. I basically use my room as a range, and I've had shots from this and another one of my rival blasters that have bounced across the whole of my room like twice. These things are fucking insane. They fire really hard. But trigger safety. So you see that lever? Push that down. Mechanical lock. Pull it up. Trigger fires. For some reason, this advanced accuracy thing had a thing for adjustable sights, so you can like shift it left and right and move it up and down. I don't know why they did that, but it's cool. Grip, nice and big, chunky. This is more of a pistol, even though it looks like you could, like, I guess, two-hand it like that, but it is meant to be a pistol. The grip is very swept back. It's not like a normal pistol grip, but you know, it's rival is meant for, I believe, 14 and up, so it's basically meant for adults. The prime on this thing is a lot harder than the other pullbacks because it shoots like 100 FPS, I think is the average I've seen. Whereas Nerf, like Elite, is I think the average is 70 for those, and the X shot is 80. I want to say so. Yeah, the FPS is fairly different, but this is, again, whatever the pin comment says, because I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure it's the Vision, but I'll timestamp so that you know what it is, if you're curious. Next up, now this one I do remember the name of, the rival Pathfinder. So this is a bigger one. Obviously it's a bigger one. Pump grip. Shoots the balls. Has a 12 round external mag. Very big paddle release. Trigger safety is only on the right side, but push that, you can't fire, unlock it, and you can. I'll just go grab that quick. There we go. So, 12 rounds in this mag. They do also do 7-round mags as well. But you know, again, 14 and up, this thing looks amazing. The sight's fairly good. The stock is tiny, which is not great. In fact, you can see there, it's shorter than my arm, shorter than my forearm. It does have a jam and clearing button, which a majority of these actually have. So if you get a jam, like if a dart or a ball gets stuck, pull that, prime it again, should clear it out. Again, trigger, fairly heavy, but it does shoot a lot harder. Grip is more of a pistol grip, which is ironic because it's a pump, so realistically you'd want more of a swept back grip than a full pistol grip, but you know, it's comfortable, it shoots hard, and I couldn't really do this with the Vision, but the dry fire, when there's no dart in here or ball, is insanely loud for some reason. I don't know why it's that loud, but it just is. But hey, it's nice, it's smooth, it works well. That's the Pathfinder. Okay, so a couple more X shots left. This one is an arguably close favourite. This is the X-Shot Skins Lock Blaster, which its gimmick is you push the pin from the other side, and look at that, it's locked. It locks it, so you push the thing, change the combo, you can't pull the thing through, can't prime it, you push the pin through, you can prime it, you can fire it, it has an 8-shot cylinder. Need I say more? This thing is cool. If you do get this, there's a QR code sticker on one of the sides. I'd taken it off, obviously. But there is a QR code on the side because you will need the code to unlock this thing, because there is a physical lock built into the thing. That means unless you have the code, you can't fire this. But I think that's just a cool thing. The detailing on it is insane. Unfortunately with X-Shot, the plastic is like fairly cheap, fairly flimsy, but the leather feels amazing, fires really well, and also the cylinder does come out, but I don't think it was designed to come out. I think they just made it as a thing to put on the box that it can come out, because it doesn't feel like it's supposed to come out. You know, you've got to have it empty, and you've really got to yank it forward and like pop it out. It is not something I do, but it's a thing. It's a lever action revolver. I don't care. This thing is cool. So that's the Lock Blaster. And final two. There we go. So this thing, the Longshot Pro. The Longshot. In my last collection video, this thing jammed. It takes full length darts as well as half lengths. You gotta use a mag adapter. Yeah, this half-length mag isn't... I don't know if it's just mine, but this one isn't great. The spring's a bit dodgy. But... yeah, I think it's probably fine. But I don't know, it does do its job. It is a little slow at coming back up, but you know. So unlike in the last collection video, you're gonna get to see this thing fire. You're also gonna get to hear it, because this time you're not gonna jam. So it's a bullpup, so the mechanism, the magazine's behind the grip. This doesn't this makes sense in the real world because it allows for more power, but in terms of darts and like toy guns, doesn't really make much of a difference. But you know, this thing is, I'm just gonna say, this thing is insanely moddable. Everything comes off really easy, and the whole like spring mechanism is held together with one screw, which is insane. And a lot of like standard modder parts fit into this thing, so like spring upgrades and chamfered barrels and all that stuff. So hopefully this time we don't get a jam. Okay, cool. We are chambered. So this has been a couple of videos in the making, but here we go. There we go. All that for a so that's with a shot. Dry fire? Why not? Jesus. So yeah. The X-Shot Pro long shot does share a name with a Nerf gun, which is the Nerf long shot, which is more of a sniper kind of thing, less of a rifle. It does have Picatinny rail on the top. I have taken this foregrip off, and there is a Picatinny rail under there. Barrel, muzzle brake easily removes. And this is a accuracy thing. I think it's called a SCAR, and it just grabs onto the dart, spins it so that it keeps straight in flight. I don't tend to keep the muzzle brake on, but I have recently. We've also got a 3-point adjustable stock as well. And something I didn't find out about until a while ago, jam door. Right there. Doesn't look like a jam door, but it's a jam door. Also a cool thing, when you use the mag adapter for the short darts, this little trigger here, this one, drops the mag out, and you leave the mag adapter in there. I love that. That shit is amazing. I remember getting this thing fairly cheap as well, and of course, because it's X-Shot, because it's Zuru, the plastic is a little thin, but it can handle its own weight, its own strength very well. And also, hold the trigger down, slam fire. Not as fast as Nerf slam fire, but because of the weight of the mechanism, and also the way that it catches darts, is fairly weird, but you know, it's a cool thing. I like it, and it's got like an insane like skin on it, which is amazing. I love this thing. It fires hard. It's compatible with both lengths out of the box, which I love, and it is just insane for how much it is. Put in X-Shot long shot, it's fairly cheap, and for what you get and how much you pay for it, it is completely worth it. And also, because everything that the modding community has figured out works in this thing, it's also fairly cheap to mod to shoot harder and more reliably. So this thing is amazing. If you're into if you're into Nerf guns or anything, and you want something that shoots a little bit harder, you pick this thing up, you will love it. So that is the long shot. And finally, not really saving the best for last, but the first, it's a big boy. If you've seen the other videos, you'll know what this is. The first Nerf gun I ever got, the Mega Centurion, the Mega Sniper Rifle. So, starting off, giant 6-round mag, because the darts are huge. Mag release is fairly far away from the grip, so I do have to shoulder this thing to get the mag out. I do have the Eagle Point scope on this thing, because even though this is a sniper rifle, this never came with a scope, but it came with a bipod, which you can flip up, and yeah, this thing is huge. The prime on this thing is fucking massive, and it's not even like a hard firing thing. It's just huge, and I love it because it's huge. So that's the Mega Dart, and that Elite Dart actually I picked up earlier. It's going to be helpful here because this is an Elite Dart. That's a Mega Dart. In fact, you can put an Elite Dart in a Mega Dart and it pops. So, Centurion. One of, I believe, the first Mega Blasters to come out fairly long ago now, I believe. Hold on, let me just find the date on this thing. 2012. So, I don't really use this thing. I just have it more sat just on the bipod just like that, because this thing is huge and I love it. The grip is solid, comfortable, nice size, stock is decent length, and there's also big ass jam door, because it's a big ass dart. And the barrel on this thing is huge, obviously. And this thing is... this is my baby. This is my first... It's the first one I bought. The box that this thing came in frightened the shit out of me because it was huge. Like, I can't... Can I stand it up and you can see it? I don't think... Oh, you can only just see it, I think. It's the end of the barrel right there. It is tall. It is a big boy. And it doesn't want to stand. There we go, I'll just lean it on me. Like, it's big. It's unnecessarily big. But it's beautiful, and it's my baby, and I love it. And I'm gonna put it down now. So, beautiful. So, that is my collection coming out of 2023. December 11th is when I'm shooting this, and it'll probably be uploaded on the same day. Yeah, it will. So yeah, I mean, there we go. I'm personally really looking forward to like what I can get next year, because like new year means new stuff, and I'll still be doing this collection kind of thing, but I think we'll do what I said in the previous one and do this like every 6 months or something, just as a kind of catch up of the year kind of thing. So, but yeah, I mean, that's everything I've got. So if you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment, something. Actually, if you like are knowledgeable in Nerf, like you know of a few that you haven't seen, that you think I'd enjoy, put it in the comments. You know, just rattle a couple of blasters off if you know the names. So yeah, I mean, because I want to keep making content, because I enjoy making content. It keeps me busy and it takes my mind off stuff. So I want to keep making content for you guys, and I'm also going to keep collecting Nerf guns anyway. Also, just another thing, the wrestling figures, those videos aren't dead. I know I haven't posted one since the Nerf guns were a thing, but I'm waiting on ones that I want, or like trying to find ones, and it's not been the easiest thing, because the majority of the ones I've been looking for are either fairly old or not out yet. So, but as more figures come out, I'll probably end up buying them, and I'll do a video on them. So I'm not gonna do the year in thing with figures, because it's a lot. The boxes are separate, like in separate places from the actual figures, whereas for Nerf it's like, well, they're there, so you know I can do that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, if there's any Nerf guns you particularly want to see pop up on this channel, then let me know, because I'm always open to, you know, trying to get stuff, and just like having it here in the collection is just a joy. It's definitely something that I'm going to be sticking with. So yeah, I'll try that out again. If you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment something if you want, subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any more videos, and ring the bell as well, so that YouTube actually tells you when I upload, because they still don't really do that, and the bell tells you when I've uploaded, but you can modify it to certain like amounts, or just not get the notification at all, and you just see it come up on your feed and it's just, oh, Zach's uploaded, let's what, you know, it's that kind of thing. But you know, I'm still going to be here, I'm not really going anywhere. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.